Hey guys. So it's almost 11 o'clock and I'm going to try and make this short because I've had a really long day and I need to go to bed. But I watched two videos today, one from Pearl Caleri and one from Many Fish. And they both shared something that's pretty similar. They both brought up the Revelation 12 sign and how from September 23rd to November 11th, which is tomorrow, is 414 days. And instantly, I thought of this dream that the Lord gave me, and I totally forgot about it. And I think this might be a piece to my puzzle. So I'm going to share the dream, you guys. I probably had it, let's see, I've had my channel up for almost 2 years. So I'm going to say probably a year and a half ago, I had this dream. And I thought it was April, you guys, but when Pearl said 414 and then Many Fish said 414, I had to come on and share this. And I'm not saying again that it's, that we're leaving tomorrow. This could be just another marker. Um, but I'll just share the dream. In this dream, I was in this big fancy hotel and I was in a wedding dress and I was looking for my room and I had this key. And it was like one of those old keys from like the 80s, 90s. It was like a diamond shape and it had your number, the room number on that diamond piece. And on that piece, it said four something something. It was blurred out except for the four. And so I saw this like butler kind of guy. He had a white cloth over his forearm. And I told him, I said, I can't find my room. Can you tell me where my room is? And I was holding some papers. And he looked at my papers and he said, You have to come with me. And so we went into this big, huge banquet room. There was like these big doors. And as soon as we opened them, there was a bunch of people in there and they were having breakfast. It was like a banquet buffet kind of thing. And I just remember breakfast food. So I knew it was morning. And then the next thing I knew was I was walking into my room. And if you guys know how you walk into a hotel room and there's the bathroom right there, the sink is usually right there. And then there's that wall that separates that so you can't really see the beds. And it was dark in the room, but there was a little bit of light in there so I could see. And I got a quick look at this foot. I saw Jesus's foot, and he had the nail in his foot, and it was covered in blood. And he was covered with a white sheet, but his foot was sticking out. And so I didn't want to wake him up, and so I kind of like tippy-toed across the room, and where the window usually is on the other side was the vanity set. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to freshen up for the wedding. And so I went over there, and as soon as I looked in the mirror, I looked to my right, and then Jesus was standing right next to me. He never looked at me, he never said anything. Um, there was like an old, like back in the 1800s, they used to have the basin bowls with the pitcher. And so it was full of water, and there was a washcloth, and he grabbed the washcloth and he started washing the blood off of him. And even in my dream, I was just staring at him like in awe, just like, wow. And I just watched him just keep on washing himself, and he got cleaner and cleaner until he was absolutely clean and there was no more blood on him. And then that was the end of my dream. So, you guys, really the only reason I'm sharing this is because the number four was on this key. And like I said, the next two numbers were blocked out. So, if you guys didn't watch Pearl Caleri's video, she was talking about Rebecca and the twins, Jacob and Esau, and she went into all that. You guys, I just don't want to get into it. You're just going to have to go watch the video yourself. But then Many Fish, she was talking about the 414 too, and how Trump is in Paris, I believe, and that Trump isn't going to be at this summit. And so there's only going to be 69 there. And you guys, I've been getting 69 for you guys that just subscribed to me. I've been getting the number 69 for a long time. And then as you guys know, 9/23 is tomorrow. So many of us have also received the 23. Well, today the Lord prompted me. This was crazy, you guys, because I've had my cell phone number for years, like years and years and years. And this number has always just like, I don't know how to explain it. There was just something about the number, but my number, and I just didn't really like think about it, but I thought about it kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it. Well, the last 2 weeks, it's like I've been seeing the last four numbers of my cell phone like everywhere, everywhere. And so even today, I watched a video and it was 14 minutes and 55 seconds long. And I just thought, there's got to be a meaning to this. Why does the Lord keep on showing me my cell phone number? It was crazy, you guys, how this all came about. But in the beginning, I was like, well, it's just kind of like just shoved it to the side. I thought it was like a little weird, but then it was like, after the second, third time, it's like, and then today it was like, no, I have to look this up. So anyways, you guys, I looked up my number at 1455 in Strong's, and this is why he's been giving it to me. It means, let me look here, to depart, to remove, be cured, and be healed. So I was like, wow. If that doesn't explain the rapture, then I don't know. So I kept on feeling prompted, like, okay, look up the other number. So I looked at my prefix, you guys, and it means rooster. So I was just like, okay, rooster. And I kid you guys not, my husband was watching a cooking show, and I looked up at the TV, and it was that Alto. I don't know if you guys watch the Cooking Show Network, but this Alto guy, he was doing a cooking video, and there's a rooster sitting on top of his counter, and I just like laughed, and I looked at Mike and I said, this cannot be a coincidence. I mean, seriously, I'm just looking up the meaning of rooster, the number, and this is what's in Strong's. And now I look up at the TV and there's a rooster. And then I was like looking at Mike like, don't tell me the Lord doesn't talk to me and show me things. I mean, this is crazy. So I kept on digging a little bit more, and I thought, well, I'm going to look and see what time the rooster crows, the average time a rooster crows. So I looked it up, and it's 5 o'clock. So I go back to Strong's and look up 500, and it's Antichrist. So a lot of the things that we're showing right now, and I just talked about the tribulation. I've been talking about that a couple times the last couple weeks. It's, a lot of things are pointing to the tribulation and the Antichrist rising. And I know, I don't think I watched it, but then Chris, I saw it on his thumbnail about Obama, and he had the devil's horns or something on there, and I didn't have time to watch it. So I don't know if he just dressed up like the Baphomet for something. I don't know, but anyways, you guys, and then Many Fish did the video tonight and showed the Temple of Baal, and he got into that, and he showed the number 69 and 23. So then that reminded me, and I just shared this not that long ago, but I had this vision back last August, and I saw Obama coming toward the Temple of Baal. Like, I was standing on the south side and he was on the north, and as soon as he went under the Temple of Baal, he looked up and he had devil's horns. And then that was the end of that vision. So I thought that was crazy, you guys. So just, let's see. Let me see. I'm just looking at my notes real quick. Okay, so I guess the last thing I wanted to say to you guys was just remind you of what my resident Gloria said the last month. And her name means glorious. So on 10/4, she had talked about the storm coming. And then on 10/12, she said the number 888, which means Jesus. And when she said that, she said, he said it's not going to be much longer. And then on October 15th, she said, we were sitting at the dinner table and she said, it is true. It is true. And I said, what's true? And she said, it really is about to happen. And then I just wanted to remind you guys on 10/27, I had that vision of that angel that was holding that piece of paper. And they said, now rise for the coming announcement. And then that angel stepped out of my vision, and then another one stepped forward and did that leader charge, like ready for battle kind of thing. Superman, like I think that's how I said it, was like, if you imagine Superman getting ready to fly, the angel's arm went up right straight in front of him, like like their Superman's getting ready to fly. So to me, that could be war, rapture first, war second. But like I said, as soon as, and I believe the rapture is going to be the first domino, and then it's all going to fall, you guys. But, oh, and then I was going to say, I don't know if you guys noticed on your channel, but I went back to look at for this wedding dream. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go back to the beginning. And I noticed that like the first 25, 30 videos of mine are not there. And I knew I started my channel doing my videos on Valentine's Day of last year. And I knew that I had shared pretty much a video every single day. And my videos are gone. And so my first video now is, get this, March 11th, 3/11. The title of that video is 444. It's like, you can't make this stuff up. I'm upset because my videos are gone, but it was like, okay, where did my videos go? But now it's like the first, here's a 3/11 and a 444. And if you guys don't know what 4 is, it's the door. So 3 is, confirmation. So 444, confirmation, the door. And we all believe that Jesus is at the door, so, and that door is about to shut. So I suggest you guys get on this side of the door and be ready to go. And you guys, just all the signs, oh my gosh. And like I said, the 11/11s, just everybody and their brother is seeing 11/11 nonstop for quite a few years. Okay, guys, the last thing I wanted to say was I had a vision last night, and it's a message for somebody out there. I don't know who you are or what you're going through, but I saw a lady sitting at a kitchen table crying hysterically. And she had her head down on the table and her wrapped up in her arms. And then I got a vision of a man pretty much not at the same table, but I saw him at a table, and he had his head in his hands. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, she was crying hysterically. And the man was, it was almost like a feeling like there's no hope kind of thing. That's the feeling I got of this vision. And I sat on it today, you guys, and I just feel like the Lord is saying, he's taking care of whatever you're going through. I don't know if it's marriage problems or abuse in what way, I don't know. I'm just feeling like it's falling apart for you, but the Lord just wants you to know that it's going to be okay. He's working on it. So I know you need this message, and I don't know who I'm speaking to, but he just wants you to know that he's working on it, and it's going to be okay. And I just also wanted to say, sitting on this today, you guys, that anybody that is in a relationship, that your boyfriend or girlfriend, it's different for married people, but I believe that the Lord doesn't want us to be miserable in our marriages either. But when we cry out and ask the Lord to take control of this marriage, it's not gonna be fixed over the night. But if you hand it over the Lord, He's gonna work on it. And I truly believe that we're put together with our spouses for a reason. I don't know if it's to learn something, like, in the beginning, like, in our young adult years, but when you get my age, like, 40, 50 years old, when you're with somebody, I don't think it's an accident. I mean, we're always learning from life lessons, and we all have different paths, you guys. The Lord knows exactly what He needs to do in our lives to get us back on track and keep us focused with Him and walking that narrow path. So if He has to put us through trials and tribulations to keep us on that narrow path, He's going to do it. And it might seem harsh at the moment, you guys, but we're going to see that big picture. We're going to know why we went through what we did through this journey, when we get home. So just know that, He is taking care of it, and we just have to trust and believe in Him. And even though it hurts and it sucks and you don't understand, just know that the Lord's got you, and He's teaching you. And um, He's not disciplining you guys. He's just trying to keep us close to Him, and getting us to learn things that we really do need to learn. Like I said, we all have our different paths, but if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they're not a Christian, if they don't know the Lord, um, my best advice is just to pray on it and bring it to the Lord. I don't think the Lord wants us with people that aren't Christians and don't believe in Him. They might believe in Him, which is a seed that we can work on. If you're a Christian, and they are a Christian, but they're just not living a Christian life. They're just still living in this world. There is still hope for them, but at this late in the game, to be in a relationship where um, they're not a Christian at all, I would, I don't want to say leave, but that's what I'm feeling to tell anybody that's out there listening. Maybe this message is for you, is just to bring it to the Lord and pray on it, and you know, think about maybe it's time to walk away, kind of thing. This message might not be for you. You might be going through the same thing, but this message might not be for you, but I feel like it's for somebody out there. So, and you're going to know who I'm talking to, because this is the Lord speaking. I feel like this is what the Lord wanted me to tell you guys. So, anyways, you guys, I'm going on, oh my gosh, 19 minutes here. So, I'm going to head off to bed, and I just pray and hope that tomorrow is the day, you guys. But if not, like I said, sometimes they're just markers. They're just markers. And we just got to keep going no matter what, you guys. So if we don't leave tomorrow, then I will catch you guys on the next video. You guys stay blessed. Keep looking up. Keep praying. And just keep sowing those seeds, you guys. We're almost home. I promise you guys, we're almost home. God bless.